In a quiet valley wrapped in soft morning mist, lived a young woman named Leon. She was only 27, gentle in nature, hardworking, and respected by everyone in her village. But behind her warm smile, Leon carried storms no one else could see. Her mind replayed past mistakes like a broken record, and every thought about the future felt like a weight she couldn't put down. Her days felt like wandering through a dark, tangled forest, noisy, confusing, with no path forward. She struggled to sleep. She couldn't focus. Even the simple joys that once made her laugh now slipped past her unnoticed. One evening, as travelers rested near her village, Leon overheard them speaking of a mysterious old man who lived deep inside a hidden bamboo forest, far away from the noise of the world. They called him the Bamboo Keeper. Once a great scholar, he had spent decades understanding the human mind better than anyone. But instead of offering ready-made answers, he guided people to uncover the wisdom already living inside themselves. For the first time in a long time, Leon felt something stir within her, a faint spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this old man could help her quiet the storm inside her mind. And with that hope, her journey toward peace quietly began. Leon left her village at sunrise with nothing but a small bag and a quiet hope in her heart. For years, her mind had been a storm she couldn't escape, memories from the past echoing too loudly, fears of tomorrow rising like shadows. So she walked, searching for a place where her thoughts might finally soften. Her journey carried her across rolling hills and gentle streams, through forests where the sun slipped like golden ribbons between the leaves. Day after day, she followed the whisper of travelers' stories about a mysterious old man who lived deep within a hidden bamboo forest. At last, as evening settled over the land, Leon reached a silent grove of tall bamboo. There, in the heart of the forest, stood a small hut covered in soft green moss. Birds rested on its roof. Nearby, a stream shimmered like silver in the fading light. On the porch sat an old man with a long white beard, calmly carving a bamboo flute. His presence alone seemed to quiet the world. Leon stepped forward, her voice trembling. She confessed everything, her endless overthinking, her worries, her exhaustion, her longing for peace. The bamboo keeper looked at her with eyes still as deep water. "You have come here," he said gently, "to empty your mind." Then he placed a hollow bamboo tube in her hands. "Go to the river," he instructed. "Fill this with water, only the water that is truly yours." As Leon walked toward the river with the hollow bamboo tube in her hands, she believed the task would be simple. But the moment she dipped it into the water, everything slipped out instantly. She tried again and again, until her arms grew tired and frustration tightened her chest. It felt just like her mind. No matter how hard she tried to hold her worries together, they always scattered into chaos. Exhausted, she returned to the hut, ashamed, whispering that she had failed. But the bamboo keeper only smiled, as if he had been waiting for this moment. He lifted the empty bamboo gently and tapped it. "Child," he said, "bamboo is precious, not because it is full, but because it is empty. Its emptiness lets the wind pass through, and that is why it can become a flute and create peace." Then he looked into Leon's troubled eyes. "You keep trying to fill your mind with fears, regrets, and what-ifs, yet none of them ever stay. They only drain your strength." He placed the bamboo back into her hands. "Your mind must become like this, hollow, open, free. Only when you stop forcing it to hold what was never meant to stay can true peace finally flow through you." As Leon stood there holding the empty bamboo tube, a realization slowly rose within her, gentle but powerful. She finally saw how tightly she had been gripping the things that hurt her the most. Old anger she never released, guilt she carried like a heavy stone, and fears about a future that hadn't even arrived. None of it stayed with her, just like the water slipping through the hollow bamboo. Yet she exhausted herself trying to hold it all in. The bamboo keeper watched her quietly, as if he could see every thought settling into place. "When you release the past," he said softly, "and stop forcing the future, your mind becomes light, clear, open, just like bamboo." He lifted his flute, carved from the same hollow tube, and as he spoke, a soft breeze drifted through the forest. The bamboo groves around them began to sing a delicate, peaceful melody that felt like the earth itself was breathing. For the first time in many years, Leon felt her heart loosen. The noise in her mind softened. In that quiet moment, she understood. Peace does not come from holding on. It comes from letting go so life can finally flow through you. The next morning, as the first light slipped through the bamboo leaves, the old keeper stepped out of his hut holding a small bamboo flute. He placed it gently into Leon's hands and said, "Let this remind you to stay empty, so peace can always find its way in." It wasn't just a flute. It felt like a symbol of the new space she had created within herself. Walking back toward her village, Leon noticed something she hadn't felt in years. Lightness. Her steps were softer, her breath deeper, and her mind, once a storm, was now as quiet as the hollow flute she carried. The world felt the same, but she was different, more open, more present. And whenever the old habits returned, when worries started swelling or memories tried to pull her back, Leon would stop, hold the flute close, and breathe. In that moment, she would remember the keeper's lesson. Peace isn't found in holding tighter. Peace is found in letting go. Slowly, gently, her life began to flow again, like wind moving through bamboo, creating a soft melody only an open heart can hear. In our modern lives, many of us carry the same invisible weight that Leon once held. We cling to old mistakes as if they define us. We replay conversations we can no longer change. We fear futures that have not yet arrived. Without noticing, we fill our minds with thoughts that exhaust us until there is no room left for peace to enter. But the bamboo keeper's wisdom reminds us of a simple truth. Peace does not come from adding more thinking, more controlling, more holding on. Peace begins when we release what was never meant to stay. A mind that is light, hollow, and open like the inside of a bamboo flute allows life to move through it gently. When we let go of fear, regret, and overthinking, something miraculous happens. Clarity returns. The heart softens. The world feels less heavy, and suddenly, the music of life becomes audible again. So when your thoughts begin to overflow, pause, take a slow breath. Ask yourself, what can I release right now? What no longer belongs within me? Remember, peace doesn't come from holding on. Peace comes from letting go. If this story touched you, share it with someone who may need it today. And don't forget to subscribe for more gentle, motivational tales that bring calm and clarity to your everyday life.